Across the golden sands of Egypt, beneath the shadows of colossal pyramids, lies a world far stranger and far more fascinating than the legends we think we know. A realm where a queen's beauty could topple empires, yet her true power came not from her face, but from a mind sharper than any dagger in Rome. A civilization rumored to worship death, yet every tomb, every mummy, every ritual was really a tribute to life itself. A land whose monumental pyramids sparked wild theories of alien visitors, while the truth reveals something even more astonishing: the brilliance of human minds thousands of years ahead of their time. And still, beneath all we've uncovered, Egypt keeps its secrets close. Hidden chambers whisper, forgotten symbols reappear. Even today, archaeologists open sealed doors only to find mysteries no one expected. Tonight, we journey through 13 astonishing truths and myths. Stories of curses, cosmic gods, gold-stitched skin, sacred cats, phantom invaders, and the darkest realm of the Duat. Before we dive into this ancient world of wonder and enigma, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a journey into the unknown. Prepare yourself, because the Egypt you're about to see is not the one from textbooks. It is stranger. It is deeper. And it refuses to be forgotten. Welcome to World Mysteries, where the sands of time never sleep. 1. The beauty of Queen Cleopatra. Cleopatra VII, the final pharaoh of ancient Egypt, has long been shrouded in legend as a woman of captivating beauty. A vision immortalized from Shakespeare's plays to Joseph L. Mankiewicz's cinematic masterpiece. Yet the coins minted during her reign tell a far stranger story. A face with sharp, almost masculine features. A prominent nose, a jutting chin, and thin lips, hardly the image of conventional beauty. And yet, behind this enigmatic visage lay a mind of extraordinary brilliance. Historical accounts hint that Cleopatra's intelligence was her most compelling feature, a hidden power that eclipsed even her legendary allure. In truth, the mystery of Cleopatra lies not in her looks, but in the irresistible depth of the woman herself. Too obsessed with death? When exploring ancient Egypt, with its pyramids, mummies, and powerful gods, it's easy to assume that the Egyptians were obsessed with death. But in reality, their burial practices were a way to honor life, not fixate on its end. For example, the artwork decorating tomb walls often shows scenes of farming rituals, hunting, and fishing. The expensive jewelry buried with the dead was believed to help them enter the afterlife, where they could continue their daily work without difficulty. Mummification, too, wasn't about glorifying death. It was a method of preserving the body in a lifelike state, preparing it for an idealized version of everyday life beyond the physical world. Clearly, the ancient Egyptians were far more obsessed with life than with death. 3. Egyptians and aliens. Egyptians and aliens. Some people believe that the ancient Egyptians had contact with extraterrestrials. They claim that the pyramids were superhuman achievements and point to certain wall paintings as depictions of places beyond Earth. But such ideas actually diminish the true legacy of ancient Egypt. While the Great Pyramid of Giza is undeniably a mathematical marvel, crafted by brilliant astronomers, scholars, and architects of the time, its grandeur doesn't imply that the Egyptians were friends with aliens. And even though the pyramids stood as the tallest man-made structures for nearly 4,000 years, that alone doesn't suggest extraterrestrial involvement. It simply means that no other civilization came close to matching Egypt's monumental engineering until the 19th century. 4. Has Egypt been fully explored? Many people believe that we've already uncovered everything there is to know about ancient Egypt. This couldn't be further from the truth. Fascinating discoveries are still being made every day, shedding new light on their remarkable civilization. For instance, a solar boat has recently been extracted from one of the pyramids. This solar-powered vessel was believed to carry the pharaoh's body, so he could assist the sun god Ra in his nightly battle against Apep, the serpent of eternal darkness. Each night, Ra would sail his solar bark to confront Apep, and at dawn, Ra would rise victorious, traveling across the sky once more. Hieroglyphs. Many people assume that the ancient Egyptians invented hieroglyphs, However, early hieroglyphic writing was likely introduced into Egypt by Western invaders. Another widespread myth is that hieroglyphs were a language of curses and magical spells. In reality, most hieroglyphic texts were used for inscriptions or historical records. Curses were rarely found in tombs, and when they did appear, they were usually simple warnings like, "Your lifespan will be shortened," or "You will have no heirs." Interestingly, until the discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1798 and its eventual decipherment, most scholars believed hieroglyphs were purely symbolic pictures, not phonetic characters forming a real alphabet. 6. Decoration inside the pyramids. Hieroglyphs cover much of the interior walls of ancient Egyptian tombs and palaces. But contrary to popular myth, the pyramids themselves were almost never decorated. In fact, until recently, the pyramids at Giza were believed to be completely bare on the inside. That assumption was overturned just a few months ago when hieroglyphs were discovered behind a hidden door inside one of the pyramids. Also, the pyramids were not entirely plain limestone 4,000 years ago. Some sections, such as interior columns, were painted red or white. This paint, along with the newly found mysterious inscriptions, shows that the pyramids were actually quite modest in appearance. Their architecture relies mainly on stone blocks, and the pyramids remain the oldest and most iconic stone structures in the world. 7. Did pharaohs really kill their servants? For generations, a chilling legend has circulated. When a pharaoh died, his servants were killed and buried with him. But the truth? Much more surprising. Most Egyptian kings did not slaughter their attendants. Yet in the earliest days of Egypt, during the First Dynasty, archaeologists did uncover tombs where servants were buried beside their rulers. These rare cases likely sparked the terrifying myth. Later pharaohs realized something simple. A loyal, experienced servant was far more valuable alive than dead. So instead of human sacrifice, they created a brilliant solution: Ushapti statues, tiny figures meant to come alive in the afterlife and work in the pharaoh's place. A dark rumor born from a few ancient burials, and an ingenious Egyptian idea that turned servants into eternal guardians. 8. The pyramid building slaves. The idea that slaves built Egypt's pyramids has persisted since the Greek historian Herodotus reported it in the 5th century BCE. However, this has been proven wrong. Tombs containing the remains of pyramid builders were discovered near the Giza pyramids. Being buried alongside the pharaohs was considered the highest honor, something slaves would never receive. Moreover, the large number of cattle bones excavated at Giza indicates that beef, a prized food in ancient Egypt, was a staple in the workers' diet. Clearly, constructing the pyramids was the work of skilled Egyptian craftsmen, not the enslaved laborers that popular myths suggest.
Put your backs into it.
9. The curse of the pharaohs. The infamous curse, said to haunt those who dared open Pharaoh Tutankhamun's tomb, remains one of history's most captivating mysteries, fueled more by sensational headlines than supernatural wrath. According to legend, a deadly curse unleashed by Tutankhamun himself struck down the tomb's sponsor, Lord Carnarvon, and later claimed others connected to the expedition. Countless theories emerged to explain the eerie tragedies: poisonous mold, ancient toxins, trapped gases, but none offered complete certainty. What's often forgotten is that out of the 58 people involved in the discovery, only 8 died in the following 12 years. Howard Carter, the very man who led the team and opened the tomb, lived on for more than 16 years. Much of the fear can be traced to pure confirmation bias. Any misfortune, no matter how ordinary, was instantly blamed on the pharaoh's curse. In the end, this legendary curse stands as a powerful reminder of how thrilling stories can overshadow cold facts, capturing the world's imagination long after the sands have settled. Worshipping cats. For centuries, cats were not just pets in ancient Egypt. They were sacred guardians of the home and spirit. Their special status came from Bastet, the protective goddess often portrayed as a sleek, watchful cat. To the Egyptians, a cat's glowing eyes at night were like beacons of moonlight piercing a foggy darkness, guiding and protecting the household. In the chaos of a fire, saving a cat always came before any other possession. when a beloved cat died, families expressed their grief in a striking, visible ritual. They would shave their eyebrows, a haunting mark of sorrow that told all neighbors of their loss. And woe to anyone who harmed a cat, even by accident. The wrath of the people could be merciless. Ancient laws dictated that the guilty might be thrown into a pit teeming with venomous snakes, a terrifying punishment for defiling a sacred creature. The reverence went even further. Cats were mummified and laid to rest in special cemeteries, sometimes alongside mummified mice, as companions in the afterlife. In 1888, a farmer stumbled upon a staggering discovery: 80,000 mummified cats in a single tomb, a chilling testament to the Egyptians' devotion and the mysteries of their spiritual world. 11. Skincare with gold. For centuries, the ancient Egyptians guarded a beauty secret that promised skin fit for a goddess. Its mystery remained buried until the late 20th century, when French researchers finally unlocked it. Archaeologists examining noble mummies made a dazzling discovery: traces of pure gold woven beneath the skin. The ancients had painstakingly stitched tiny gold threads into the flesh. This extraordinary technique preserved youthful elasticity, smoothed away wrinkles, and gave the skin an ethereal, pale shimmer, as if lit from within by a soft golden glow. A beauty ritual shrouded in secrecy, and yet its radiance has survived thousands of years. 12. The spiritual world in Egyptian culture, the Duat underworld. Ancient Egyptian reliefs speak of a place called the Duat, ruled by the dragon god Osiris, the god of life and death. This realm resembles Earth in many ways, yet it harbors strange and terrifying elements, like the lake of fire and iron walls. To reach the Duat, a soul must pass through 7 gates, each guarded by half-human, half-beast monsters with bizarre names such as the blood drinker from the slaughterhouse or the dung eater from his own hind legs. After navigating all 7 gates, the deceased's heart is placed on a scale, weighed against the feather of the goddess Mot. If the heart is pure and honest, it balances perfectly with the feather, granting the soul passage into Osiris's kingdom. But if the heart is heavy, tainted with impurity or excessive ambition, the fearsome demon Ammit devours it, and the soul faces punishment according to the harsh laws of this otherworldly realm. 13. The Sea Peoples, raiders from the waves. From the misty pages of ancient Egyptian history emerges a shadowy menace: the Sea Peoples. Fierce pirates who struck fear across the Mediterranean. They left a trail of chaos in their wake, and Egypt itself was one of their prime targets. Egyptian records are surprisingly sparse, offering only fleeting glimpses of these enigmatic invaders. Yet during the reign of Ramses II, their presence cannot be ignored. These warriors of the waves were no mere raiders. They forged uneasy alliances with the Hittites, and at times even fought as mercenaries for Pharaoh Ramses, their loyalties as shifting as the tides they sailed upon. A mysterious force rising from the sea, feared, respected, and never fully understood. And so, after crossing through forgotten chambers, lost rituals, cosmic myths, and the shadowy truths buried beneath Egypt's golden sands, one thing becomes clear. The ancient Egyptians were far more mysterious, far more brilliant, and far more human than the legends we tell today. Behind every pyramid, every glyph, every mummy, lies a story still waiting to be uncovered. A story that challenges everything we think we know. But remember, for every mystery we solve, another awakens beneath the desert wind. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of ancient Egypt, tell us which mystery fascinated you the most in the comments below. Your thoughts and questions help us decide where to explore next. And if you love diving into stories hidden beneath time itself, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode of World Mysteries. Until our next adventure, stay curious, stay fearless, and keep searching, because the world still holds secrets waiting for you to find.